Hello students. In the previous session, we had seen the synopsis of quadratic equations. So in this session, we'll be solving the important questions related to the quadratic equation from NCERT. Exercise questions will be solving. So in today's session, what we'll be solving is exercise 5.3, which is related to quadratic equation. So we have already seen the synopsis. So we'll be starting with the important questions of exercise 5.3. So here we have two questions, number 2 and number 3 on the board. So we'll start solving them. Okay. So solve the equation they have given, and the equation is 2x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So quadratic equations can be solved by factorization or by the formula method, correct? So here if you try to factorize it, so you have to multiply these both, correct? So that is nothing but 1 into 2x square. 1 into 2x square will be equal to 2x square. So you have to factorize 2x square in such a way that you have to get plus x, okay, which seems to be impossible. So what we'll do here, we will make use of the formula. So what is the formula we'll be using? The formula we'll be using here, we'll write solution x equals minus b plus or minus root of d the whole divided by 2a. What is this d, students? D is nothing but b square minus 4ac. So that is called as discriminant. So if discriminant is equal to 0, the roots are equal and real. If discriminant is greater than 0, the roots are distinct and real. If discriminant is lesser than 0, then the roots are imaginary, correct? So here, how is the discriminant? We'll check out what is the discriminant here. So d will be equal to, so what is a, b and c there? So we have to compare the given equation. So this is the given quadratic equation, right, with the standard form of the quadratic equation, that is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So when you compare the given equation with the standard quadratic equation, we will be getting the values of b is equal to 1. So here we'll be writing 1 square minus 4 as it is. What is the value of a? A is nothing but 2. And what is the value of c? C is nothing but 1. So 1 square is 1. 1 minus 8. So d will be equal to minus 7, which is lesser than 0, which means the discriminant is telling us that the roots of this given quadratic equation are imaginary in nature. Alright, so how do we find out those roots? We'll be using this formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d divided by 2a. So d we already got minus 7, correct? So substitute here, x will be equal to minus b, that is equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of minus 7, the value of d. The whole divided by 2 into 2 will be equal to 4. So here what can we write again? X is equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of 7 into root of minus 1, correct? So root of 7 into root of minus 1, we can write minus 7 like this, the whole divided by 4. So finally we can write minus 1 plus root 7i divided by 4, or minus 1 minus root 7i divided by 4. So these will be the roots of the given quadratic equation. And how are the roots we got? Here the roots are imaginary. Why they are imaginary in nature? Because the discriminant is lesser than 0. Understood? Moving on to the next question, number 3. So here we have x square plus 3x plus 9. Again factorization becomes impossible. So what we'll do, we'll take that formula. So before we take that formula, we have to find out what is the discriminant. So discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So compare this with the standard form of quadratic equation, that is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Alright. So what is b here? 3 square, that is nothing but 9, minus 4 into 1, that is 4. 4 into c, c is nothing but 9. So 4 9s is 36. So 9 minus 36, that will be equal to minus 27. So which is lesser than 0, which implies the roots are imaginary. So once we get this roots are imaginary, now what we'll do, we'll make use of this formula. X is equal to minus b is nothing but minus 3 plus or minus square root of d. So what is our d, students? D is nothing but equal to minus 27. So we'll write minus 27 the whole divided by 2a, so that will be equal to 2. Okay. Now this minus 27 can be further written as x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus root of 9 into 3, that is 27, into root of minus 1. So this is nothing but what? This whole thing is nothing but equal to minus root 27. The whole divided by 2. 9 will go outside the root, it will become 3. Correct? Because root of 9 is equal to 3. 3 square is 9. So this again can be written as x equals minus 3 plus or minus 3 root 3 root of minus 1 can be written as I, the whole divided by 2. So finally we can write, which is equal to minus 3 plus 3 root 3 I, the whole divided by 2, or minus 3 root 3 I, the whole divided by 2. These both will be the roots of the given quadratic equation. Understood? So you have to know the discriminant. If it is lesser than 0, roots are imaginary. This is the first thing which you have to know. Apart from that, you have to know this formula, students. Okay, if you know these both things, then the rest of the things are just substitution and simplification. Alright, moving on to the next question. Okay, starting with the next question, next important question 6 and question number 7. So same thing you have to do here, solve the given quadratic equation. So here the quadratic equation given is x square minus x plus 2. So we'll compare that with standard form of quadratic equation, that is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Students, what can we write? A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1, c is equal to 2. We'll find out what is the discriminant. D is equal to b square minus 4ac. This is the very first step you have to do while solving the quadratic equation. So we'll get an idea how are the roots. So based upon that you can understand whether you have to factorize or use the formulas. Alright. So b square, so d will be equal to, what is b? Minus 1 the whole square minus 4 of a is nothing but 1, c is nothing but 2. So d will be equal to 1 minus 8, d will be equal to minus 7. So d is lesser than 0, which means the roots will be imaginary in nature. So how do we find out the roots now? We will be using the formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d, the whole divided by 2a. So we will be writing again x is equal to minus b is nothing but minus of minus 1, correct? Plus or minus d is nothing but how much, students? Minus 7. So root of minus 7, the whole divided by 2 into a is nothing but 1. So minus into minus will be equal to plus. So this will become 1 plus or minus root 7i, the whole divided by 2. So root 7 into root of minus 1. Root of minus 1 is written as I, root 7 as it is. So therefore what are the roots here? X will be equal to 1 plus root 7i, the whole divided by 2, or 1 minus root 7i, the whole divided by 2. This will be our roots for the given quadratic equation. Alright, moving on to the next question, number 7. Same thing, we'll find out what is discriminant first. Comparing it with the standard equation of quadratic equation. So that is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So discriminant d will be equal to b square minus 4ac, correct? So d will be equal to b square is nothing but 1 square, that is nothing but 1, minus 4 into a is root 2 and c is also root 2. So root 2 into root 2, root 2 the whole square. So square and root will get cancelled, 4 2s are 8. So d will be equal to 1 minus 8, which is equal to minus 7. Okay, and we have to find out the roots here. So x will be equal to minus b plus or minus root of d, the whole divided by 2a, which is equal to minus b plus or minus root of minus 7. So b I have written here, actually it is how much? 1. So we'll erase this. So that is nothing but equal to 1. Okay, 1 plus or minus root of minus 7, the whole divided by 2 into a is nothing but how much, students? Root 2. Correct? So root 7 can be written as x equals minus 1 plus or minus root 7i, the whole divided by 2 root 2. So what will be the roots here? X will be equal to minus 1 plus root 7i divided by 2 root 2, or minus 1 minus root 7i, the whole divided by 2 root 2. So these are the roots for the given quadratic equation. Again the same thing here. You have to know if the discriminant is lesser than 0, the roots will be imaginary, and you have to know this formula. If you know these both things, the rest of the things are very simple. You have to just substitute, simplify and get the final answer. Alright, moving on to the next question. So starting with the very last questions, okay, last few questions of this, last couple of questions from this exercise. Alright, so this is the end of exercise. So two questions we have here, 8 and 10. Again, you have to factorize and tell what are the roots of the given quadratic equation. So we'll just first check what? The discriminant here. D equals b square minus 4ac, which is equal to b is nothing but minus root 2 the whole square minus 4 into root 3 into 3 root 3. Correct? This is b square minus 4ac minus root 2 the whole square. So minus into minus will become plus, root 2 and root 2 will get cancelled. So this will be equal to 2 minus. So root 3 into root 3. Root 3 the whole square. Square and root will get cancelled. 3 into 3 will become equal to 9. So 9 fours will be 36. Correct? So 2 minus 36 would be equal to minus 34, which is lesser than 0, which implies the roots for the given quadratic equation are imaginary in nature. Alright. So here now what we'll do? We have to find out the roots. Minus 34 we got. What is this? D. We'll use the formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d the whole divided by 2a, which is equal to minus b is nothing but root 2, minus into minus will become plus, correct? Plus or minus root of minus 34, that can be written as, so 34, 17 2's is 34, okay. So that can be written as root 34i the whole divided by, a is nothing but root 3, so that will be 2 root 3. So what are the equations, what are the roots here? X will be equal to root 2 plus root 34i the whole divided by 2 root 3, or we can write root 2 minus root 34i divided by 2 root 3. So this will be the roots of the given quadratic equation. Alright, moving on to the next question, number 10. So if you observe, there is something in the denominator here, right? So everything is a numerator here, no denominators. So on this 10th question, we have root 2 in the denominator. So what we'll do, multiply the entire equation. Okay, multiply this entire thing with root 2. What we'll be getting? Root 2 x square plus x plus root 2 equals 0. Now d will be equal to 1 minus 4 into root 2 into root 2. So which is equal to 1 minus 8, which is equal to minus 7. This is nothing but equal to d. Use the formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of minus 7 the whole divided by 2 into root 2. So 2 into root 2, we'll write it as it is. So moving on to the next one, what can we write this? X will be equal to minus 1 plus root 7 I the whole divided by 2 root 2, or minus 1 minus root 7 I the whole divided by 2 root 2. So this and this will be the roots of the given quadratic equation. So with these solutions, we have come to the end of the exercise. So in the next class, we'll be starting with the next chapter. Stay tuned to Vista's Learning. Thank you.